you please at least think about this?
There's nothing to think about.
But what have you got to lose?
Esme?
Ethan agreed to see me.
I'm guessing it didn't go too well.
Yeah, look, she shared her opinion, and now I'm saying no thanks.
Maybe if you gave it time.
I don't need to think about it. I know enough. You abandoned me when I was little. You've given me flimsy excuses about why you took so long. You messed me around after reaching out, and you try and emotionally blackmail me with Naomi to try and win me over. And you've ruined my relationship with him. For what that was worth, not much, apparently.
We can get through this.
No, we can't. I can't. Not with her, and not with you. So I just want you both to just leave me alone.
Just don't be so hasty.
Look, I'm done talking about this.
Oh, good. I've caught you.
What's up?
So basically, we're studying Black History Month at school, and Mrs. Mayhurst has asked us to find some successful black people in our area, so I was just wondering if I'd be able to interview you both.
Wouldn't say I'm that successful.
I would.
Me too. I'm happy if Ethan is.
I don't think I've got that much time, to be honest.
Oh, it won't take that long, I promise. Please.
So, I guess so.
Thanks. 12 at the cafe, okay?
You're on.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Do you want a drink? Lunch?
No, I'm not staying long. So, what do you want to know?
Well, we could start off with what you both do. You know, a lawyer and a vicar are really good jobs, and you're both dead smart. Was it hard getting where you are now because you're black?
You could say things aren't as bad as they used to be. People aren't as open about their prejudice now since Black Lives Matter, but it's still there. Still got a lot of work to do. I was in court the other day, and the clerk assumed I was a defendant because I was the only black man wearing a suit in a room full of white people. Things like this, they still happen, but I don't ignore them. You have to call it out, or things won't change. Amelia's a good kid.
She is. You okay?
I was thinking maybe I could move back in.
Really?
I know what you did to Esme was you trying to look out for me. Pretty poorly, but your heart was in the right place. So, if you want a relationship with Esme or Naomi, I wouldn't hold it against you.
You are my #1 priority. You're all I care about.
Just be honest with me next time.
I promise.
Hi.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for Rona Goskirk.
And you are?
Marcus Dean.
Sorry, I've got an urgent appointment that I need to get to, so...
I asked at the cafe. They said this is where she works.
Like I say, I wish I could stop and help.
Hang on. Are you Rona?
Yes, I am. How many times? I made a mistake getting in touch with you.
That doesn't make sense. You said you wanted to tell me something about my dad.
It's complicated.
How?
Yes? You okay? Shouldn't you be at Dunstable's?
Why is she calling you Ness?
Sorry, who are you?
Marcus Dean. Who are you? You're Rona.
And you're Pierce's son.
So this is about my dad. I thought as much. Why were you pretending to be her?
Good question.
I told you not to get in touch with him.
And I told you I'd made a mistake, but...
He rang back. I tried to get rid of him, but he showed up, obviously. I was just trying to protect you.
Oh, so I'm not capable of making my own decisions?
Like, if I could interrupt, the fact that you have problems with my dad doesn't surprise me. I'm guessing something's forced you to do this.
You know about him?
We assumed you'd been estranged for a long time.
Well, I have. But a name you recognise pops out of the news headlines, and you scroll down. My dad ruins lives.
Yeah. You know.
He tried ruining both of ours.
So? Should I go? Should we talk? What?
Ness, you've got a client.
Yeah, but
No, I'll deal with this. It was me that got the letter after all.
Letter. He left when I was, I don't know, 5? I don't think he tried to stay in touch.
And then you didn't hear anything until he showed up in the news.
Hey, is that my dad in the paper? Wonder what he's up to these days. And then I read. That was a shock.
I'll bet.
And now you're telling me his victim, his wife, that was you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not your responsibility.
Oh, no, but if I don't know, reached out to him at some point, you know, maybe the world would have been a different place.
Don't. You can't blame yourself for somebody else's actions. This is all on him.
I guess. I'm amazed you were able to call yesterday.
Well, I didn't really, did I? Not properly. Hence all that business with Vanessa.
Vanessa was the one he kidnapped, right? And this Graham, he was your partner?
Pierce did it out of jealousy.
You sure he's dying, right?
The prison have confirmed it.
Any idea why it was you he contacted? You know, after everything he'd done?
I guess he had no way of finding you, whereas he knows where I live and hoped that I'd help.
One hell of an assumption.
Yeah, well, his letter was full of apologies for sending it. I guess it was his twisted way of asking forgiveness.
Is he likely to get it?
I've moved on. Well, as much as anyone can. From that. But no, anyway, you've got a big decision to make. Actually seeing him. Listen, you might want to talk to your mum about it.
Yeah, forgiveness won't be forthcoming from that direction either. The memories are hazy, and I was really young, so emotional abuse wasn't really part of my thinking. But I always had to be quiet when Daddy was around. Now, I swear I was walking on eggshells from the moment I took my first steps.
I know all about walking on eggshells, believe me.
Then you'll know he was guaranteed to kick off at some point. And then there'd be a row, or rather, he'd row and Mum would try to calm things down. Without success. Yeah, Mum's filled in the blanks for me since. She said it was never ending.
Was there a turning point?
There was this friend Mum had, one of the few he hadn't driven away. She was called Linda. She never liked him, apparently. Didn't trust him.
This is all sounding depressingly familiar.
Yeah. Patterns get repeated, don't they? Anyway, one day, Mum got our stuff together and we went to Linda's place for a while. Yeah, when we went back, he'd gone. I never saw him after that. And now he's dying.
I'm so sorry to have burdened you with all this.
No, he burdened you first, you know, with that letter. He's always been there, in the back of my head. Yeah, maybe it is time I faced him.
Look, whatever happens, this decision has to be right for you. This is not about what your father needs.
He's kind of made it about his needs, hasn't he? Besides, how would I feel if... when he dies and I hadn't gone?
Well, I know it wouldn't upset me.
How much would it upset you to see him?
Why?
Because I don't want to go on my own. And, you know, maybe it would be good to be there with someone who's got perspective on this. Look, I know it's a huge ask, but I was hoping you'd think about going with me. To see Dad.
Look, here we go.
Oh, praise the Lord.
That's more my dad's game, that.
Are you eating?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the poster outside and I'm waiting for a client, so...
Perfect. I mean, I don't want to sound desperate, but
Just the two of you?
how about some seasoned shank niblets while you wait?
What's that?
Pork scratchings.
Yeah, go on then. Oh, this actually looks impressive.
Okay, I'll ignore the tone of surprise and take that as a compliment.
No, it's just, who knew you could do all this?
Well, you know, I did, which is kind of the point, you know, after a decade of cheese plowmen. Anyway, listen, hope you enjoy.
Why don't I look after your coat?
Reckon it can look after itself.
What are you doing?
He's helping me with Dad's estate.
Here? You had to come here.
It's not my idea. Anyway, I didn't think you worked here.
I don't work here.
What do you want with my coat then?
Don't get clever. This is not all right. This village is my home. This is my life. I don't want you here discussing your dad in front of...
Everything okay?